Hello and welcome to Yvonne Talks. This is gonna be I don't know how to call it, a podcast where I'm just gonna ramble about all the things that I want to ramble about. But first, let's set up the mood, okay? Like this. Yeah, this is good. Great. So, the first episode, I wanted to dedicate it to the CW shows, because I am kind of a fan. I'll be talking about the crossover episodes of the Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow, and the mid-season finales of the shows, but however I won't be talking much about Supergirl because I don't watch this show, so all the Supergirl fans, sorry, I'm not gonna talk much about this show. So let's start with crossover, Crisis on Earth X. Well, I probably should say that I knew a lot about this crossover. I watched all these trailers, and I knew they were fighting Nazis. And at first I thought, well, Nazis, it's not that much interesting. Like last year it was aliens. Come on, Terminators, aliens. What could beat aliens? But okay, I will get to it eventually. So I wasn't really super excited. I was excited, of course, it's a crossover event, but I wasn't super excited. Yeah, well, let's start with the first episode, with Supergirl episode. It was kinda slow at the beginning. Yeah, there was some moments, character like developing moments with Barry, with Oliver, with Felicity, and of course I was glad to see all these characters back together. Supergirl with Caitlin, I should say, and what's her name? Iris, that's right. I should say probably that I'm not a hater of Iris or Felicity. I'm not a Felicity hater, I'm not a lover either, it's just something in the middle. It's okay, I guess, as long as it's not too much of a drama. So anyway, the first episode was kinda slow, but when the wedding started, it was perfect, I should say, because there was Come Running Home to You by Supergirl, great, it was amazing. What else? Well, of course, when the Nazis broke in, and it was a big fight, I really enjoyed it a lot. Killer Frost moments, oh, it was so good. Kid Flash, Wally was great. Too bad we didn't see him that much. The whole wedding was almost perfect. And these fight scenes were amazing as well. Now, it was a week since the crossover, so I don't remember much what happened later. I remember they retrieved the Nazis, retrieved to the Earth. Oh yeah, and we got a reveal of Blitz and Flash, who turned out to be Eobathon from Earth 1. Now, I don't totally understand how could he be from Earth 1? I understand that he didn't really die at the end of Legends Season 2, but it would really help if the writers would explain that in a future episode. But anyway, let's move on to the next part. I think it was Arrow? I'm not too sure. But anyway, the second part of the crossover. I think the second part was the slowest of it all. I think we got some Arrow action, Team Arrow I mean. We got Killer Frost a little bit. I still don't understand how Oliver defeated and deflected the Killer Frost ice powers. It was kind of weird, but I don't know, but okay, I guess. So I don't have much to say about the second episode, and since I don't really want this podcast to be an hour long, I figured I probably should move on to the third part and the fourth part. So, at the end of the second episode, they've been transported to Earth X. And the third episode began with Lance as a Nazi officer. Oh, he was so good. He was great. Now, when it comes to playing alternate versions of themselves, I think Overgirl was really great, and the actress, I forgot her name, I'm sorry. She did a really great job on performing both of the versions, but when it comes to Oliver, he's not that different, you know? I think that under certain conditions, Earth 1 Oliver could end up being like this Nazi Führer Oliver. So it wasn't a lot to Nazi Oliver. I didn't really like his version, you know. But anyway, back to third episode. Of course, we got the Ray character, and he was pretty good. When we got our Captain Cold back, yay! Now I knew that Captain Cold is gonna be in the crossover, but still, it was really great to see him back in action. And his husband, or I don't know, his partner is the Ray character. Would have thought. But anyway, they escaped, and then they got to the base of operations where they met Wynn. It was great to see him. The thing I don't understand is they got rid of these collars on their necks, right? Blocking their powers. So Flash could easily open the breach to Earth 1 and just whoosh through this breach with all these people, and voila, they're home. But no, they were saying like, oh no, we need this gate, and we can't let the Resistance destroy it. Like, come on. The Flash could easily do that. I don't understand what's the problem with that. We got the Red Tornado, we got Metallo from Supergirl. The third episode actually was quite good, because we got a lot of action scenes, we got a lot of fighting, and it was really great. And by the end of it, of course, we see Martin got shot. Okay, I'll tell more about it later, but anyway, the episode 4 begins with Martin Stein got shot once more. And he opened the breach, and they transported back to Earth 1, and it turns out that Martin lives only because of his connection to Jax. Oh, and we got all these Legends characters back. Atom, the girls with the tokens, no, with totems, and Sarah was always there. And I really liked her storyline with Alex, I think her name. Yeah, it was fun. Anyway, yeah, the episode 4 was heavily driven, I think, by the Martin and Jack story arc, Firestorm story arc. And I thought that Stein could die potentially, but I didn't expect him to die on the crossover episode. So that was kinda upsetting, but oh, I like this scene. I like the scene with Jax saying goodbye to Stein, and I like the funerals. I think it was touching, and not touching, but really sad, but it only makes the episode better and more memorable, I think. And by the end of the crossover, we had a huge battle. All of this Arrow characters, Supergirl, of course, and we got some Flash versus Reverse Flash action. I really liked the battles across the crossover episodes. But at the end, Like all the battles they had before, Reverse Flash won them, basically. But now suddenly Flash defeated the Reverse Flash somehow. Like, how again did you do that? But anyway, he lets him go, and I really wonder what race he'll be wearing next time, because of course it's a hint that we won't see Tom Cavanagh play the Reverse Flash in the near future, and somebody else will be playing him. So that's just really interesting. So, of course, by the end of it, Supergirl exploded, and it was a happy ending, of course, the heroes won, blah blah blah. But anyway, of course I liked the last 2 episodes more than the first ones. Maybe the 4th one, the Legends of Tomorrow one, was 10 out of 10. Best episode ever. Legends of Tomorrow is killing this season, basically. Their episode was so good. And the next one is 3rd episode, 9 out of 10. Then the first one, 8.5. And the second one is gonna get like 7.5. But overall, the crossover was really good. I liked it. After the first 2 episodes, I thought that the previous crossover was better. But it turns out the last 2 episodes actually saved the crossover, and I thought that the last 2 episodes were really, really great. So that's it about the crossover. Well done, DC. Well done, CW. It was really great. Let's move on to mid-season finale. Now, I won't be talking about mid-season finale for Supergirl. I don't know about... There is a Rain character, and she's like almost as strong as Supergirl, but I'm not sure about that. I don't watch the show, so let's move on to The Flash. Now, I liked this episode. I really did. We got some Killer Frost, well, Caitlin more action. We got Emanette back. We introduced to another meta from the bus. And of course, the Thinker plot. I really like how Flash escaped this prison of his, and the final battle between the Flash and the Thinker was really great. But I think, Thinker thinks. I think that the Thinker actually Devore, he actually thought about all of it. But maybe not about him escaping, but I think in the time while he was fighting the Flash, he came up with a new plan. Or he came up with the idea how to go back to his old plan to transform himself into this Dominic character, the Brainstorm. I kinda bummed out because I think we won't see this actor who played the previous version of the Thinker. I really liked him a lot. Really, really liked him. And this actually the concept of this villain who is not a speedster, who wants to enlighten the world, I think. It's a really great concept, and I probably will be talking about more about the Flash and the Reverse Flash and the Thinker and all this kind of stuff in the future. But for now, let's just move on. So I like this episode, 9.5 out of 10, probably. And the ending, of course, yeah, the ending, Barry being framed, and we got the trial of the Flash, I think, story arc. It was a little different, but yeah, we got it, probably. Yeah, great episode. Glad we got some Thinker action. Next, Legends of Tomorrow. Bebo, the God of War, the episode called? I don't know. It was good. I still furious about the fact that they haven't brought my boy Rip back. Come on, guys. We need more Rip. Rip Hunter is the best. I probably will upset a lot of Sarah lovers, but I really like Rip more than any one of those. Probably because he was playing Rory in Doctor Who. I don't know. But I liked him a lot. It's a shame that they haven't brought him back for the mid-season finale. But we got a few hints of Malus, and we had a few hints for all this time we encountered the previous versions, not previous versions, like predecessors of our Team Legends, which is weird. And what's the deal with all this? We got some, again, Jan Martin action with Jax, and Jax finally makes his peace with the loss. And when it comes to Captain Cold, I didn't really like his behavior in the first half of the episode, but in the end it was good, it was okay. He came back. Huh. Not came out. Yeah, great jokes. Anyway, I loved the Damien Dark part of this episode. I like Damien Dark. I love him. He wasn't that great at Arrow, but Legends of Tomorrow, Season 2 and 3, Damien, my boy. But, you know, Malcolm is my favorite, but still, Damien is really good. I really enjoy his acting. The actors acting. Yes, great English there. Team Legends stopped this plan with altering the future, but it wasn't a whole lot actually. Because yeah, we got some hints on Malice, I think. But when you compare the two, you have the Flash, for example, and you have Legends of Tomorrow, and in the Flash, you presented with villain who is already there from the first episode, and he is really active in his business. But in Legends, yeah, I think Malice is active, but not personally. Like, Damien does all the work for him, I think. When I want to see more of this action, more of this Malice action, you know. Okay, let's go to Arrow. Arrow mid-season finale. Now, finale was actually really good. I didn't expect Rune to be the one who betrays Oliver. I thought that he would take the blame for somebody else. I thought actually that Thea for some reason was the traitor. I don't know why. I just thought, okay, you just woke up and now somebody on a team is a traitor. So I thought, oh, it could be Thea. But okay, it's turned out to be Rene, and I totally understand why they did that. Yeah, it totally is understandable. And at the end, we got the team broken up again, I think. And of course, it's not gonna last long. Everybody is gonna come back, I think, in the episode. So in the episode or two, Oliver has to apologize about his actions, and I think he could bring back Rene and Mr. Terrific, but when it comes to Black Canary, things are more complicated in there, I think. And of course, the ending, we have all the team together. So I have actually the picture right there. Let me see. We have Katie James, we have Black Siren, who I think is on a redemption arc, question mark? We have Anatoly, we have... what's his name? Avenger, Vigilante, that's right. We have this guy who I don't really know his name, but he helps. He's like a second in command, maybe third in command, since the second one is gonna be Black Siren. And we got Mr. Diaz. We got all the band together, and I thought at first that they're gonna be a separate, like, villains, independent. But I think that it has so much sense to bring those together because, you know, Caden James is so smart, and I think at first they were separate villains, but he probably thought, come on guys, we need to group up, we need to get a team together because, you know, it's 6 of them, so it makes sense to make a team of our own. It's just a Suicide Squad all over again. But I liked it a lot, and I think that Laurel's gonna leave the villainous side and she's gonna redeem herself, and I really like that. I really like Katie Cassidy, and I really liked that they brought her back as a Black Siren, and I'm really looking forward to this whole situation, and I really like what I've done so far. So if you would ask me to rate all this mid-season finale, I would probably rate The Flash and Arrow 9.5 out of 10. Legends of Tomorrow is gonna be 9 out of 10. 9. 9. I'm suddenly a German now. So anyway, that's probably all I have to tell about these episodes, and it's already it's a long one. It's a long podcast. It was a long podcast, but it's a postcard. It's supposed to be long. But anyway, glad you stayed up to the end, and thank you for listening. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.